Hey, what's up guys? I got a 97 Dodge Dakota here that I'm trying to change the door lock actuator. When you hit the power door locks, this one, it doesn't actually move this knob up or down. The passenger side works fine, but this one doesn't go up and down. So basically I'm going to have to take these 3 bolts out and work this thing out of this door. I've never done it before, so it's going to be new to me. Basically, there's some tabs I got to pop off the actuator that lets loose these rods that holds these rods into the actuator itself. There's a rod for the knob, a rod for the handle, and I believe there's a rod for the key. That's what I've seen so far. There may be more, I'm not sure. So basically, I got those little tabs popped off. I'm going to pull these rods out. And then I'm going to pop these 3 screws out, and hopefully this thing will not be a pain in the butt coming out of here. But also there's a plug, obviously, for the power for the actuator for the door. And the actuator for the door lock is the whole latch and assembly for the whole that actually locks the door to the frame of the truck. So. We'll go ahead and take these out and see what happens. The bad part of about this is it's got power windows as well, so I don't really know if I can get this out with the power window frame being in the door here. I'm hoping there's enough room to kind of just slide it down and out, but we'll see. Because I really do not want to take the frame or the track that the power window goes up and down. Alright, so you can see it's kind of loosening up, so this looks like it's the last bolt. See what happens. Now this rod is actually kind of pinned. I wish I could show you, but there's no way to really get the camera in here. It's kind of pinned up against the track of the window. So I'm going to have to get the actuator moved so this rod's not behind the track. There we go. So basically this just slides in the actuator, and there's a little tab that holds this in the actuator. It's pretty simple. Actually I missed one. There's one for which is pretty obvious, but there's one for the handle to open the door, so I got to take that one off as well. And I'll show you the little tabs if I can ever get this thing out of here. Alright, got that one up. Can't really see what's holding it still. Oh, I'm pulling it the wrong direction. Alrighty, let's see if I can get this thing out of here. Probably not. I may need to unplug it first. There's no room hardly to get this thing out. Actually, still got a rod. Something. think I can get it out without taking the door frame apart. Not the door frame, the window frame or window track is what I meant to say. Oh, there it goes. I think. Now I gotta pop this power, or the connector for the power. It's like nothing's never easy with this stuff, you know? By the way, this is my father-in-law's truck. And I was down at his place. And we had to go pick up a ladder or something. And I ended up riding in the truck with him. And it's just one thing after another was broken. It was the power door locks, the power windows, the cruise control, the radio didn't work. I mean, it was skipping, you know, real bad. It was, I mean, you name it, it seemed like a ton of things wrong with it. So I told him, take my truck, because he came and visited. I told him, take my truck, let me have this truck for like a month and give me, you know, $500 and I'll try to fix it for you. Which I'm not charging him labor or anything, that's just parts. So, this is it, and these are the little tabs. If I can get it in frame here. These are the little tabs that I was telling you about. And basically, this little rod goes in this hole like this, and this tab, so if I can put this in a good, this little tab comes up and locks. So you just got to pop this, and actually the rod goes in this little groove. So you just pop that off and it slides right out. So I'm going to actuate this thing, I'm going to put power to it, actuate it, and see why it's not, you know, moving the lock, this rod up and down, or unlocking the whole assembly pretty much. So we'll see what's going on with that, and we'll go from there. Alright, we got the actuator here, I got it out, and I put power to it. I basically just plugged it in and worked the lock, and I see nothing moving in here whatsoever. Nothing, all I hear is a motor spinning, so I don't see any of this stuff actuating. I don't know if you see that. Any of this stuff actuating when the motor turns. So I'm assuming something let loose in here, which probably means we're going to need a new actuator. So I can take it apart and see what it looks like. Might as well. Got nothing to lose, so I'll take this apart and see if we can find anything. Alright guys, I got the plate off of the actuator. So this plate here, where all the little rods hook up, this basically sits on there like this. So there's a couple of screws on the back side. But anyway, what I'm thinking is that this motor and this actuator is supposed to move this little gear back and forth. As you can kind of see, that's what locks and unlocks the door. And if I run that, nothing, right? So something is let loose in here, which it doesn't look like I can get to it. I could probably break it open, but there's going to be probably going to be a little plastic piece in there that's broken anyway. So I actually already have one of these on order. It cost my father-in-law 106 bucks. So when I get it, I will throw it in, and then I'll show you guys how to take the door panel on I'll show you me putting it back on, so you can, you know, how to take it on and off, basically what I'm trying to say. So it's pretty easy, it's just a couple of screws. There's a screw there, screw here, screw right here. I think that there was one more, I can't remember. Oh yeah, right here. And then there's these little fingers on the panel that just slide down in these holes. Sorry for my camera skills, but so we will change the actuator. I haven't actually gotten it yet, so it's in the mail. It was $106, cheapest one I could find online, new. I actually couldn't find one used, so it was the cheapest anyway that I could find. 106 bucks. I think it was 122 with shipping, so it's definitely not cheap. But he wanted to fix it. The way he looked at it was, and this was the exact words he said to me, was, "This is why people buy new cars, because all this stuff is broke, and it's going to cost him probably about $550 in parts by the time I get done with everything." So to me, that's a lot cheaper than buying a new car. And by the time I get done with it, everything will be pretty much fixed. So I'll get the actuator, and then when I get it, I'll show you guys how we put that back in, and hopefully it'll work. Another problem I did see was, here's the door lock switch. There's got to be a short somewhere in this wiring, because with the it's pretty funny, with the door open, it won't lock. It'll only unlock. So, but when the door closed, it works fine. So there must be a wire broken or loose, or has come off a connector somewhere that has to do with the, I don't know if you can see this, but let me light it up. This, conduit here is kind of rubbered where the wires go in and out. I'm not sure I want to get into that. I might, but that's, sometimes those things can be a booger anytime you deal with broken wires or anything. But for now, we're just going to worry about the actuator. I might worry about that after I get it back in and see what happens. But that's it. We'll be back when we're putting this thing back in, and we'll see you then.